this love that we are celebrating? What is it? How do we recognize true love, real love? So I will start with Pastor Mike, sir.
The question is a bit wide or vague. I don't know. But I will want to go to 1 Corinthians that defines love and tells us what exactly love is. Love is kind, love is patient, those qualities. So I hope maybe during the course of the discussion we'll be able to dwell on it. But let me just take like 2 things or 3 out of it. That love is kind. So if you're in love with somebody, the basic form of treatment that you should receive from the person is kindness. So we cannot be in love with each other and then one person is unkind to the other. Because love in itself, the nature of love spells kindness. So love is kind. I've heard of so many cases of people in relationships where maybe one is abusing the other, beating the person, or treating the person terribly. Okay? Recently, I watched some gory videos. I had to delete them of 2 people in a relationship. I don't know what the girl saw in the boy's phone, so she got angry and then she stabbed him. So when she stabbed him, the guy was losing blood and almost dying, so he also stabbed her, and his own stab was worse. So, as at the time that I saw the video, the girl was dead, but I don't know if the guy later survived. So I'm just looking at it. Now, they call that love, but love is kind. Because irrespective of what he did, you took his phone and maybe you saw he was chatting with another girl or anything. You now decided to stab him. That's not kindness. That's not love. Okay, so love is also patient. Patient. Not to the point where they'll be treating you like Momo. Because some people now are very patient. They are so patient that they are deceiving you. You know that this boy has 7 girlfriends. But you are very patient because your name is Patience. And they are treating you like Momo. Everybody knows. But we go change. And when people are submitting prayer points, you are submitting prayer points. Like the one that I saw during Hallelujah Challenge. That somebody now took a screenshot where people were sending prayer points, serious prayer points, when angels were on ground to change people's destinies. This girl now said, God, please touch the heart of my boyfriend so that he will buy me iPhone. So that one is still love, Abi. So love is kind, love is patient. So let me stop there for now.
Okay. Does any other person has anything to add to what our pastor has said? On regards the issue of love, because so far what I've understood is that he's saying that to recognize this thing called true love, it has to be first kind and patient. So also, sir, can you say that if somebody respects you, if he loves you, he will respect you. If she loves you, she will respect you. That can
certainly respect is part of it, and respect is reciprocal. You need to respect. Because if you love someone, it's just like loving God. When you love God, you respect Him, you revere Him. You don't want to do anything to hurt Him. So if you are in love with somebody, part of what should happen is respect. You don't run a person down that you love. I see some people, I've seen lots of them. A young girl, she has left her life, literally, and she's living with a boy that she's not married to. And this boy treats her like junk. She washes clothes, she does everything that a wife does, and he treats her terribly. No respect, no regard. And she's acting like an orphan. No, as in, you don't have an option, no place to go. So that is not love for me. Where a person disrespects you, treats you like a slave, beats you, insults you in front of everybody, and you're begging. That's not love. That's foolishness.
Okay, thank you. So we've heard it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in a relationship where your spouse or partner doesn't respect you, he's not kind, and so you just know that that person is definitely not a keeper and you move on. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so my next question, Pastor Bao, this one is for you. So for Christians that are single, Is it right for them to be in a relation, like a casual relationship, where maybe marriage is not in view, but just kind of having somebody?
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Okay, first of all, allow me to say this. Why are you guys so very serious? I mean, usually I'm not very comfortable when in serious settings. I came in the morning, the people were serious. I said they are old people. I still come meet youth for afternoon. I still serious, like say, na quarrel. Huh? I thought it was going to be a lighter affair, right? So let's try to make it lighter. I was just telling Abigail now. Why are you starting with a serious conversation? The program is just beginning. You are starting with, when you have other lighter things in the program, right? Something, you have games, you have fun things, right? I think you should have started with that. Come carry me and Pastor Mike, come serious on our meeting. Huh? But it's all good. In response to what you asked, what I normally would say is, the truth is, everybody know the truth. Abi, you don't know the truth. You want me to tell you? You want to say that you actually don't know the truth? So many times we know the truth. We just they wait, make somebody just they talk. Now Pastor Mike, I'm sorry for it. He just they talk. He keeps talking. Huh? But if we are sincere with ourselves, like we had that conversation. How many of us were in the last meeting in children's class, right? We try to be as sincere as possible, right? To tell ourselves that you know the truth, and I'm going to still say it again. You know the truth. So I'm going to answer the question in form of questions. So, you are a Christian. The temptation is actually always there, especially for the ladies. But I think it was when I started making money, I also got to realize that the temptation is actually also there for guys and men, right? What do I mean? So a lady, of course, you are beautiful. Most ladies are always gorgeous, and they take the breath away from men, right? So now, no way to that they do now. They all see us, our breaths could just freeze. And then Williams and Henry, they always have the line to give to people after their breaths comes back, right? But let me answer in terms of a question. So when you get into such a relationship that the goal is not marriage, so what are you going to do? I like somebody to, let's say the truth. What would you people be doing? Huh?
Okay.
Now going to play. Yeah, bestie. Okay, why not be the bestie without the relationship? Huh?
No,
respond now.
No benefits for that one. It's relationship with benefits.
There's mic, guys. You can respond with a mic. They have mics. So why, let's just answer, right? So what will you be doing when it's no longer, if the goal is not marriage? So what are you not going to do? Sunday, you want to talk? Say something, Sunday. Okay, talk now. See, camera not face you. Don't worry. Nobody will see your face. Nobody is snapping. Richard, don't snap anybody. Just respond sincerely. What would you be doing? Some of us, I don't know, I don't feel seeing for your face, but somehow I feel somebody here, one or two, fit the relationship, where the goal not be marriage. So what do they do? Like, just tell us, what people do? Okay, I don't go spoil them. Huh?
Let me say something.
Okay, you want to say what they do?
What?
No, I'm not saying you do. Just tell us what you know your friend that is in it used to do. Just tell us.
I would say, because most of the times, even where they were a relationship that you both had the idea that you want to get married or you end up married. Most times it still doesn't work. So that moment where you must have been in that relationship, it's a way where you had to have experience. Because most times they say experience is the best teacher. So I feel if you've been in relationship before, then you get to know what to accept and what not to accept in the next coming relationship.
Okay, so the relationship without marriage as the goal is just training.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you learn now. They say not training. Not training, right? I beg, anybody else, any other idea? Any other idea? What else? What do you do?
Training one, and then you get to know the person.
But why do you want to know the person? You don't want to marry him, so why are you knowing the person?
They help.
Huh? How does it help? You don't want to marry him, what's the need knowing the person?
Yes, because that moment where maybe to help in the area of loneliness, or because most times relationship per se does not have to really involve sex. It's just having someone, that special someone, because we are human beings. You can't go your whole life and say you don't have someone you find attractive or someone that just kind of you are very comfortable around with. So that moment where you are just being friends, having maybe going on.
So you are dealing with loneliness. So the first one is training, the second one is loneliness. I beg, give us another one, I beg.
All right, Sunday is still raising his hand.
Okay, Sunday, I beg, give us.
For me,
now you hold the mic now. Talk.
For me, let me say, if we're in a relationship, and let me say, if there is no sex in relationship, that relationship will not last. Because let me say,
the relationship will not last.
Yes.
When there's no sex.
Yes.
Okay. Now the year now.
There is
Go
one
on.
of my friends that is relationship is already. So let me say, anytime this guy is buying gifts for the girl, every time.
Please give him a good mic.
He's the one taking the mic.
Even the girl too is buying gift and trying to, or by all means, that the guy know that he loves the guy. But even there's one day where this guy invited this girl to the house that the girl should come. Nobody, the girl came. And when the girl came, the girl is just outside. The guy said, you don't love me. I see you don't love me. The girl said, what do you want me to do? So the guy said, you know what I'm talking about. So you know. On that day, let me say, on that day, the girl agreed that I'm not going to do anything because I promised myself that I will not submit myself to any man. But the guy just begs on that day, pursue the girl go. The guy come meet me, say, Sunday, let me see this kind of thing where this girl they do. I say, why? So you know, on that day where the girl comes to meet herself to the guy, that is from that day, the relationship. They are very nice. I don't know what to talk. So for me,
okay, so the relationship, do they want to get married?
I want.
No, dude. Oh, is it you? Okay. Okay, praise God, right? Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Okay, so I've heard from Afake now that the first one is training at the learn. So that you enter a relationship so that you'll get experience, right? The second one is loneliness, right? But I've heard your responses, and the one way Sunday respond, I don't understand the direction, right? But let me just speak from my first experience. And I got into the university, and of course, I'm a lover of book, right? I love book, right? Still now, before morning, if you don't read like 7 or 8 articles on BBC, on Independent, something, I'm always just reading. So, but I realized that while I was in school, I started having an affection. I just see one very beautiful lady like that, black beauty, as in okay, I cannot talk who he resemble for her. But the lady was just so beautiful, and I started I talk a lot with myself. So I started having this conversation. It won't be bad if I have this girl as my girlfriend. My other mind, I don't know if it happens to you, I have 2 minds. My other mind will now answer me. So what do you want to now do with the girl? if you not have her as a girlfriend? I say, well, it's good for me to have somebody that company that we are sharing our thoughts, we are sharing ideas, and taking away the loneliness, like she said. My other mind, I don't know if people have the two minds, or is it only me that have the two minds? My other mind now responded, said, but you have friends. Hello? But you have friends that you are close to, that you people share things together with. So if we are all sincere, you either have a male friend or a female friend, or both, that you know you are close to, that you people share things together. So that's what my mind was telling me, that you already have friends. I say, no, I just want to have that one person. My other mind now answers, so what do you need that one person for? If you already have friends that you share your burden with, or you have one or two, you know you have bestie now. All of Nana get bestie, right? You have somebody you are talking with, sharing your lonely time with, sharing your burdens with. You have these different kinds of people. So maybe I have challenges with academics. I have the friend I'm sharing it with. I have challenges with money or finances. I have the friend I'm sharing it. I have challenges with my emotions. Something happens somewhere or somebody hurts me. I have who I'm sharing with. Last, my two minds can't reach one place. Now the other mind now told me, say, guy, just tell yourself the truth. You're looking for sex. It's nothing else. Because you have every other thing that you are looking for. You have it already in one or two friends. There's that friend you share your greatest burden with. They know you in and out. So what do you find? Now my other mind now told me plainly, say, guy, tell yourself the truth. It's sex that you are looking for. So the mind started schooling me. Say, let me remind you, you know the family you came from? This sex that you are looking for, don't worry, you will have it too. When you have had it, either you give the girl belly. You know, say you struggle to pay school fees and ask rent, first of all. You know that won't shop where. Don't worry, you will drop out of school, you will go and start working, and you will take care of that child. And then your ambition of becoming a whatever, a doctor, or whatever you wanted to become is dead. So you will just pack it on one side. So there was sincere conversations in my heart with myself. After I consider, and then just remember, you will come and look for how you will come and explain to your full family how you take go school, go give girl belle, or if you didn't give her belle, excuse my language, you get an infection, right? You know, it's later they started explaining to us how the pause, you know, they will say we will use condom, excuse me. They started explaining to us how that is first of all, the size of a virus. You know, condoms, there are holes on it. In case you didn't know, I should let you know there are holes on the condom, right? The size of a virus, like the HIV virus, is smaller than the hole in a condom. So we're educated and enlightened. So first of all, just know that you're going to get one viral infection, even if you not give the girl belly. And then the other thing they also taught us is that condom doesn't always work. Go and ask married people. They use condom, but somehow the wife got pregnant. So just know that after you have impregnated the girl, you go and look for how you go and explain to your family how you are going to drop out of school. So when I considered all these things sincerely, only me answered myself. I did not need pastor or any coach to come and I now answered myself that I would rather focus on my goals for life than go and think of how I will start checking if a girl, you know, do you know this thing about period that girls complain about? If you have gotten into a relationship before that is sexual, you will pray that your period will come. You and your boyfriend will be praying, God, let our period come. That period where they call saying a problem now, this period, I hate it. You will be praying, Lord, let this period, let it just appear. So I'm just trying to tell you that those relationships that is not leading to marriage, if you are sincere with yourself, you have the answer whether you should go into it or not. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So in summary now, what you have said, and I think to many persons' understanding now, is that as Christians, you only go in a relationship when you both want to get married. So in a situation where
it's a consideration in your heart, right? So
yes,
it's
both,
what you have
yes,
in mind,
that
not that I want to test.
No.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that you both want to get married. So in a situation where you have both had it in mind, you are both considering marriage, and it still doesn't work out, and then you go on another date, it doesn't work out. In this process, are they not still dating? So if you can do that, all this, and still have a failed marriage, rather, don't get married in the end, don't you still think it's still possible that you can just be in a casual relationship and not have marriage?
Okay, so this is why we are usually advised, I think from school then, we are usually advised to, why don't you wait until, so I was discussing with someone yesterday, I was like, she just came to me and said, last night, she said, somebody is asking her out. Whether she doesn't know whether, she's like confused whether she should say yes or no. So I was like, if you have your pre-arranged questions on what the person you should get into a relationship, why, when, and how, if you have it arranged, it's no longer going to be a problem when it comes. So why am I saying that? So we were taught in school that, first of all, you want to get into a relationship for the sake of marriage. And you're in 100 level. You want to get into a relationship for the sake of marriage. Hello? Who are you kidding? I don't know if you get what I'm trying to emphasize here. So if I already have stated in my heart that before I get into a relationship that I know I'm set, is going to be, some things must have been in place before I will consider a relationship for marriage. I don't know if people are getting what I'm trying to say. So I'm in 100 level as a guy. I don't have a job, no prospect for a job. I don't have a business I'm running. I'm not financially stable. I'm not emotionally stable. I'm not spiritually stable. I've not even discovered myself. And then I want to get into... So that's what I'm trying to say is there are checklists. There are checklists of things that you know yourself. You have to be ready and prepared before you get to that point of say... Okay, please get what I'm trying to say. I'm getting to that point. I know why I'm saying it. If you get to that place that you have your checklist, for instance, as a guy, I should have either graduated, or I already have a job, or I know by training I am emotionally stable, not the one that I know I'm always quarreling with my mother, or I'm always quarreling with my sister, or anybody at home. There's no peace between me. In short, I don't even know how to keep friends, right? So I have a lot of instability in my life. Then I say, I want to get into a relationship that will lead to marriage. You know what I'm setting myself up for? I'm setting myself up for failure. So it means that when that one fails, I'm going to get into another one. And the reason this repetition happens many times for Christians is because we start getting into relationships even when we are not even close to where we should begin. So I saw my friends telling me they were entering relationships in secondary school. They say it's for marriage. And I'm like, secondary school? Even, I didn't get into a relationship until I was living in university. Even in that state, myself, I knew I was not ready. Right? So if you have a checklist, they talk about financial stability, emotional stability, psychological stability, and all those things. You have not checked any one of them. You say you want to start relationship that will lead to marriage. That is what will lead to this repetition. And even though I was getting into a relationship when I was leaving school, I did not check most of all these things. So it led me to do what you were trying to talk about now, getting into relationships, which will now make you say, okay, why not me just get into a relationship without marriage as the goal? That's now the excuse, because we made mistake. I don't know if you get it. Because I made mistake with marriage as the goal, then you now say, hey, You set marriage as a goal. It's the sincerity of the heart, right? We need to be sincere with ourselves.
Okay.
You now set out, say, okay,
Have some-
I want to. Let's hear from our coach, sir.
Okay, Pastor Bao, I don't want it to look like we're oppressing anybody here. Because this pastor that they are calling me now, people now say, Pastor, don't talk, so you get. But let me try to get into the mind of the average young person. So I'm on your side. I wrote my first love letter to a girl when I was in primary 3.
Wow.
So,
Sharp.
from home. So I wrote all sorts, put in my bag to go to school the next day so I would give the girl. So just in the evening, my mom just came around. I said, all these paper where you just put for your bag. So all these paper, then she brought it out. And my world ended. She read everything. All the things, how I told the girl I loved her, all the things I said I wanted to do to the girl, primary 3. And then my sister was there. 2 of them now teamed up again. I said, elder sisters, how they do now? My father was taking his bath. It was evening. I was now begging them, please, don't tell my father. He will kill me. So my mom now said, no. So they now confiscated the things. They spoke to me and all that. After that, I was very scared. Eventually, the girl left the school. That was primary 3. Primary 6, because I did primary 6, I saw one other girl that I liked in my class. So I now wrote a love letter, or is it I wrote, or I sent somebody, one of my friends who was the mediator, to talk to her. So he now spoke with her. So that day, we were supposed to get an answer from the girl. So we now met somewhere during break. Primary 6 children, now they look say no get sense. So me and my friend, we now stood like people that want to exchange drug and money. The girl and her friend, they stood there. So we now told her what we came for again, as if it's traditional marriage. Told her how I feel and all that. Girl now said, okay, this is how she was, that she would think about it. So we left. So I was now waiting for the answer. So one day, she now passed a paper to me in class. You know what was inside that paper? My answer is yes. Oh. It was like I was president of Nigeria. Primary 6. But there's a difference between love and infatuation. Because later I now started asking myself, now she agreed to be my girlfriend, but we were not even meeting because we don't stay in the same area, nothing. After school, their parents will come and carry them. She goes for lesson. I didn't know her house. There was nowhere we could meet. But, just that thought that I had a girlfriend, it made me feel superior. But we didn't do anything. So imagine that we had an opportunity now, maybe to meet. I think that's where he was going. That's when a child who is unguided now begins to explore. Because of my experience, if my kids, we tease each other, you like this girl, Abi. One of them, I will not call his name, he likes yellow girls. Another one likes girls that are always older than him. So we always tease them. And we talk, because I realize that these things you need to realize that these feelings are there. They will keep happening. I can legislate. You cannot legislate righteousness. Do you understand? I can tell you that you must follow it like this. But the human nature is designed in such a way that a boy will always like a girl. And we want to know her better and have her for himself, even though they are not married. So what we now do is to guide people and those feelings. Then a girl wants to be loved, just like she said. I think a better word than loneliness is that you want emotional support. Because there are times a girl is, down. She doesn't need another girl. She just needs a guy, that deep voice, to just talk to her.
Is that?
To just calm her down. There's a companionship a guy offers that maybe a girl, her fellow girl cannot offer. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that society in itself has programmed us. Imagine a primary 3 boy. You are watching movies, you are seeing them kissing, you are seeing all those things. So no matter what we tell them, it's already programmed in their mind. So that means we need to do extra work to now begin to say, okay, why? Because I keep asking my children, those whys. Why do you want something? Which is what you did. So your why will determine how you behave. Why? Okay, you want a girlfriend. So when you have the girlfriend, now what will you now be doing? Those kind of questions. And so I don't know if that has addressed it, but I'm just telling you that a lot of people are in that situation right now. All these people that you're advising, many of them already entered the relationship. So they are already there. But I think one key thing I will pick from what Pastor Bao says is you need to always ask yourself questions. There's a way it becomes, because society has programmed in that it is just normal to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Even when people are not ready for it, they go into it. On Valentine's Day, I was in Keke, and one lady was just sitting beside me, wearing corporate uniform. I didn't look at her face so that I wouldn't know her. She said, we passed ShopRite. And I said, no be human beings be this. They buy gift for them. Say sometimes I'll just look myself, or they ask myself, I be good. Nobody they buy gift for me. Nothing. You get, so there are people like that. And they don't even enter a relationship because they want a relationship. They want to prove that they are lovable. You get, people have background issues and all. So they want to prove that. Let the boy even just tell me that he loves me first. Anything that we'll be doing or not doing, we'll get there. And so many young people right now, what they are telling themselves is, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. So they are not answering this question. So I think what Pastor Bao said is worthy to be considered. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So at least with what we can draw for both answers, I think it's best if you have no marriage in view. It's just best you stay away for...
It's not a sin. No, we have not said it's a sin.
Yes,
because some people will have to... I think what he said, make friends. Because what you want to learn from those dating relations is how maybe the opposite sex behaves. Yes, so now, which he addressed, you have a male friend. So I already know how a woman behaves. I know that she has mood swings. I have a sister in the house. Then I see another girl who is my friend. So I see how they behave and I get. And so that they do. You get, so I already have... It will guide me to know how to manage. Because if you can manage your sister, then you can manage any girl. If you can manage girls that are around you, then you'll be able to have an idea how a girlfriend will behave. So what we are saying is, please don't casualize it, because it should actually lead to marriage. Love is a beautiful thing, and that mutual attraction is okay. But as much as possible, minimize it. Don't let it be so casual that... Because some people date just for dating reason. And then if you date just for dating reason, there's no commitment. Do you understand? There's no commitment now. You know that this is not going anywhere. We always tell people, define your relationship. So from beginning, you just enter the relationship now. You say, okay, we're just casual dating. Then if this one doesn't work, you now try 7 guys, as if there are 7 sons of Sceva, before you finally find your husband.
But sorry. Just to add, I forget, sorry, excuse me. I don't say Ebuka and Abigail never talk. But I just want to say, you know where most problems come in marriages? They come from relationships. The baggages you carry from, whether you like it or not. Even though you say, no, Pastor Mike has made it clear, no commitment. But at some point, commitment will enter, especially the guy. By the time you have not given 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K, 100K, your mind go the day. Your mind go the day. And then the girl, maybe you say, no sex, we can kiss. And then some other small things. Your mind go day. And that is where baggages begin to come in. And then you now get into marriage. John will not know anything. You can't carry all those problems. And John will come to face her.
Pastor Bao, just a few days ago, somebody was sharing. Her problem is that anytime, thank God is a raw youth talk. Anytime she's making love with her husband, her problem is that she's thinking of her ex because he does it better. Now, the man does not know, but she's worried. She's concerned. She thinks of her ex. I mean, because he ticked all the boxes, but maybe for one reason or another, they didn't get married. So this poor man now, in this relationship, thinks that the woman is enjoying time with him. He's doing everything right based on what he knows. But because she has had those relationships, she will always compare. So this is one of the issues that happen for people that have had many, part of what people talk about sexual compatibility. Many years ago, it wasn't there like this, where women they don't get sexually satisfied with their husband. It's because you have tried all sorts of things. So when you now get married, the man is a normal human being. The people that I follow are not normal human beings. You have taken drugs, you have used sex toys, you have been too exposed. So when you now get married to a man who just wants to come to marriage like it is a normal thing, no matter how he tries, he will not satisfy you. And it will be a problem. You now start looking for other men. See, we're in this same world now together. So I see all those things almost every time. Sometimes I have to keep pressing those things. See less of these posts. Everywhere they're advertising Ebola, everywhere. Different kinds of medicine, everywhere. Because that's what people want. You understand? Those drugs, the one that will make it bigger, the one that will make it make you last like longer, 2 hours. You understand? Longer. The one that will make it be like yam tuber. All those things.
But sorry to cut you again, sir. The other parts you said something about men, the women now needing men, but there's also the increasing trend of women relationship, and that is now in the church is a big problem. So it's not just looking for the manly voice; they are also looking for that companion in a female, and that's another issue, right? Yeah. So and these baggages,
Yeah, so it's important that I think we should just have these conversations so that we are aware of the possible things that may come from some of the decisions that we make now. I think Abigail and Ebuka, why are we sidelining them?
The next question actually is for Miss Abigail. Yes, ma'am.
Just feel free. It's a conversation,
yes.
Right? So we don't assume that. There was a time I was single too. You get, and then, thank God, we are sharing our experiences. It's not like we are coming to legislate and I told you that I'm the baddest here because except anybody that can prove to me that you wrote a letter in GS3. So I've shown you that primary 3, sorry. Okay, there's a primary 1 person here. No. So if there's anybody, just come and meet me after, then we'll converse. We'll join WhatsApp group.
Okay. Miss Abigail, so now in a relationship for marriage and between Christians, where the boundaries now, what do you think are boundaries that should be set in this relationship? For example, now in a relationship, as the lady in the relationship, is it okay to go to my boyfriend's place or fiance's place to maybe help with house chores, help him clean? Then for the guy, do you think in the relationship he should be helping me with some financial assistance, like maybe help me pay my house rent and help support me? So what are the boundaries in this relationship?
Abigail's father is watching this. Shimon. Hello, Daddy. Wait a minute, sir. Please.
Praise the Lord. Okay, I'll answer the first question about boundaries. I feel it depends on you as a person. I don't want to sound too strict or like what Pastor Mike said. If you feel in wherever you are, the person you are dating, okay, you feel, okay, we don't want to have sex till we get married. I feel going to the person's house, you don't have to go there when the person is alone, you get. If the person is staying alone, you don't have to go there because, there's no way, as long as you have feelings for that person, there's no way you'll be together alone and nothing's going to happen. We should not lie to ourselves. So make sure there's someone in the house, probably a third party like a brother or a sister or something to help you maintain that boundary that you've set, you get. So I think that's just it, because you're not going to tell me that you go to a man's house and you know this person, you like this person, and you're in the same space, nobody's there, and nothing's going to happen. You get, something's definitely going to happen. Probably you start kissing from there, you know where it's going to lead to. So I feel it's something that you shouldn't do when you know the person is staying alone, you get.
Ebuka that is staying alone now, no girl should visit him. Right? Ebuka
That's why I said it depends on the boundaries you set, you get. That's why I made that statement first.
But one thing I want people to understand on this question is that when I'm saying boundaries now, don't only think sex is not the only boundary you can set.
Well, right?
Yes. I'm talking about so other persons now in relation, they have told you if maybe they've not married the girl, they'll tell you they can't spend on her. They only will spend.
Oh, yeah,
so these are boundaries. So let's not just put it that it's sex. Well, so I'm thinking, what are some things you can set as boundaries in your
Okay, in the money aspect, like I said, don't set me up because because this generation, they feel when you are dating a man, the man should sponsor everything. For me personally, I don't think that's a good idea. You get, yes, that's why I said don't set me. Okay, let me just say my mind. You get, I don't feel it's a good idea for you to put pressure on the guy because you feel he's dating you. Anything you want, he should. You have parents now, Abba. You have something you are doing. I feel.
But don't you think?
Yeah.
Abigail, don't you think? No, I need us to really analyze it. Don't you think it's actually poverty?
Yes.
To a large extent that causes this? Because everywhere online I read, and you find girls saying, I cannot date broke guys. I cannot date a broke guy. Broke guys, stay away. There was a case like that on Twitter, and somebody now said, the girl should send screenshot of her account because she said she needs to date millionaire. I said, send me a screenshot, and if you have up to 5 million balance in your account, I will give you 500,000 naira. They were waiting for the girl to answer. The average girl that says they cannot date broke guy is because they are dating upwards, you know, because I asked the question, and one now said, we poor for our family, my papa poor. So you want to make I go follow poor man again? So then it made sense to me. So it's like financial freedom for some of them, right? So but you have shared your viewpoints.
I feel like as a lady, you should have your own personal life, you get. You shouldn't depend on a man to come and spend, like, you should have dreams, you should have what you want for yourself. Apart from you getting married, okay, no, this African mentality, like when I finished my NYSC, I was walking along the road with my dad, and one woman saw me and said, you're done with NYSC, she now marriage next. And I was like, I beg, I have my own life to live. I have things I want to do. I have dreams I want to achieve. You get, so I think one of the dreams you should achieve is something that probably has to do with your financial life. You get, there's this stage you should get to where you can sort yourself out. You can buy things for yourself. You can buy perfume. You can buy whatever you want to buy for yourself. If it's something you can't do, you can meet your parents. I'm not saying the man should not send. He can send you money, but making him like he's the source. Babe, I want to pay my house rent. I want to buy a new phone. Valentine. That's not it for me. I feel you should have your own life as well. Praise the Lord.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'll start from the boundary aspect. To me, I would say setting boundaries is very important because it's just like a foundation of every relationship. In the aspect of your boundary might not be my boundary. So at this point, there should be understanding. Before I go in a relationship with you or be in a relationship with you, one, it has to be defined. Then secondly, we should set boundaries. Or let's tell ourselves, okay, this is it. These are the do's, these are the don'ts. That is just like boundaries. So in a situation whereby I'm not cool with your boundary, you know, you might tell me that, you know now. That one a small challenge. In a situation whereby maybe you are the Christian type, and you will tell me, okay, you are the churchy type, and you will tell me, okay, see you, say no, say na celibacy doings. that is where understanding has to come in place, you know. Will I accept, am I ready to stay in celibacy with you? You know, that is another reason of setting boundaries. Okay, I have to understand your boundary, you know, before I will continue the relationship or not. So what am I trying to say here is setting boundaries are important because your boundary might not be my boundary. But when there is understanding, the relationship is good to go. Then secondly, when it comes to money, a lot of ladies are always like, they want guys that already made. See, let me tell you something, and that's just the honest truth. It's a vice versa something, 50-50. As girls also want guys that is already made, so also guys also want girls that is ready made. Let me give you an example. If you take, for example, now, have a survey, and you will see that most successful men always end up with what? Successful ladies. It's either a successful lady or girl that has ambition, that is driven. It's not, having money doesn't have to do with physical cash. Your reasoning, how do you think? There are some people that has that talent, you know, on how to survive and how to build wealth. Thank you. So if she doesn't have the money but has all these criteria, we are good to go too. So what am I trying to say is it's not all about the money. There are physical money and there are foreseen money. You know, there is somebody you will look and you say, this person get money, but meanwhile, he no get money. And there are also people you will look and say, this person doesn't have money, but meanwhile, they have money. So while coming in a relationship, let's know what, let's put it like we are coming to set values or to add values to one another, either financially, emotionally, materially, and or otherwise. Thank you.
Okay. Please, let's clap for our panelists. They did incredibly well. And I want to say that I thank you very much, Sir and Ma, for doing this with me. Thank you very much. So we've come to the end. For those that have questions, maybe towards the ending, you will be allowed to ask your questions. Thank you.
Praise the Lord. Okay, the next on our program is our middle ground session. Please, let's... Mr. Aladdin, please come to the stage. If you know you are one of the people who are going to be involved, please, let's climb.